Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Victoria Skirbo speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And we have our good friend Reverend Denise Dr of One Mind Spiritual Guidance with us today. I believe this is our 8th installment of this, I think. Well, I can't be sure.
I think it is 8.
I think it is 8. And 8 is a special number because it's infinity on its side.
Infinity,
right?
Yeah.
So today we're going to kind of leave it up to spirit to decide what we're going to talk about. But before we do that, Denise, the last time we spoke, you were developing a mentoring program. How's that going?
Oh, thanks for asking. It's going great. The development of the mentoring program, actually the programs are developed and the website is in the process of being developed.
Right.
And it's almost ready. I'd say the website will be up in about 3 weeks. So briefly, there are 2 types of mentoring programs that people can sign up for. One is strategic mentoring, which is very goal directed. People come in with 2 or 3 primary goals, and we come up with a plan of action and work it out.
That sounds very Capricorn.
Yes, of course it does. And the other mentoring program is a little bit more intuitive and a little bit more laid back. It's for more advanced people that are, I hate to say advanced because that sounds hierarchical. People that have been kicking around the metaphysical, spiritual block.
Perhaps more aware is a better.
Yeah, more aware.
People of a higher awareness. Maybe.
People of a high awareness that really would love to partner with someone who, like me, has been in the realm of spiritual healing, holistic healing, metaphysical healing, and all that for a long time. And at this point in my life, I'm pretty much an expert. I don't like to sound like I'm bragging, but it's the truth. I mean, I know a lot.
You don't have to brag. It's the truth.
It's the truth. Yeah.
I testify.
Thank you. So I'm becoming a teacher of teachers, basically in the advanced mentoring program. And real quick, I'd like to also mention that a brand new aspect, well, it's not brand new to me, but it's brand new to the public. I have 31 years sober. And a few years ago, I started to melt down. Thank you. I started to melt down about the programs that I was in. And I went through a real struggle with not feeling like I was getting what I needed at that point, and that my vibration and my interest and my issues were of a different flavor, and it didn't quite match the program anymore. So I've developed and will implement very soon a program for women in recovery from substance abuse who have significant clean time, who want to delve more deeply into their issues from a spiritual, metaphysical perspective, using healing tools that I happen to know about, like, meditative practices, sound healing practices, EFT, all that kind of stuff that I do. So, and that's more open-ended and more kind of what's going on in your life.
Would you say experiential?
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. So that's my news. And I'm very excited because I've been, Spirit gave me sort of an up level in my business practices. And they told me a while ago that I'm a teacher of teachers and I have to, move in that direction. So that's the direction I'm moving in. And I'm very excited.
That's interesting because Michael and not so much me, but I mean, yes, I do this also. You're a teacher of teachers and we're the healer of healers.
Amen to that. Amen. Well, I'm also a healer. I mean, part of my teaching is teaching how to heal.
Well, and I'm also a teacher, so
exactly.
It kind of goes together. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Amen.
I mean, you can eat them separately, but it's much better when they're together.
That's right. That's right. So I'm very excited. I'm in my crone years now, and I'm thrilled about the direction and trajectory of my practice.
And your crone hair looks beautiful.
Don't you love my crone hair?
I do.
I think I love my grays, and I also love the contrast with just a few little lowlights in it. I love it. Isn't it pretty?
She has the benefit of having a daughter who's a master at color.
She is a color master, and she,
A
I
master.
call her a hair healer because she is out in the trenches working with people on their hair while they're working with their emotions and their life issues. And she's a counselor, and people love her.
Yeah.
She's actually dealing with people's souls
Yeah,
through
well,
through the medium of their hair.
well, your hair, it's said that your hair holds your sorrow.
Mm.
And that's why a lot of times, if you have a big breakup or something, you'll do something to your hair. You'll cut
Or
it,
when you're feeling overwhelmed, you get your hair cut shorter.
right? That's why it's
Get the
never a
weight
good
off your
idea.
shoulders, right?
It's never a good idea to do your own bangs when you're premenstrual. I know that or postmenstrual or any menstrual at all.
Yeah.
It's
Until you're
not a good idea to do
postmenopause,
your,
don't do your own bangs.
don't ever do your own bangs no matter what.
Oh,
So
funny.
yeah, and the other thing about hairdressing, which I didn't think we are going to get into this subject, but
No, yeah, I didn't plan that.
yeah, I know. Well, this is how we do. This is how we
This is
roll,
how we do it.
baby. Anyway, is that it's a very intimate thing to have people
Mhm.
touching your head, cutting your hair, washing your hair. It's
Yeah.
and it's as intimate as almost anything
Right.
that we do with somebody. So yes, for all the hairdressers out there, thank you very much.
Yeah, rock on hairdressers. I really believe that is a healing, a massive healing industry. Not
Well, a lot
every
of
hairdresser is a healer, but there are many of them. Many of
yes,
them are healers.
yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And my
You
and
know,
my daughter's one of them. I'd love to see my daughter call herself a hair healer, but
she'll get there.
well, she's gonna my I don't know if she'd want me to say this, but I want to say it anyway. She is
Uh-oh.
so astute and so brilliant, a brilliant conversationalist with a vocabulary. I mean, she's just really a brilliant conversationalist and knows a lot about a lot of topics and something about everything. She's going to start a podcast.
Oh.
I'm so excited. I'm so thrilled. And she's just moving into her power right now. She's just, I love my kids. I love my kid. My son, oh my God, I could go on and on about how proud I am of him too.
We will refrain.
We will, we will. Any
But
other
I
mothers
could,
out there loving their children? Yeah.
but I testify, yeah, about your daughter. Yeah, I don't think I've met your son yet.
No, but I've told you about his.
Yeah, no, I know all about him.
He's an impressive man.
Yes, but I haven't actually met him in person, but I have met your daughter and she's
Well,
lovely.
I plan to give him an astrology Kabbalah numerology reading for his birthday this year.
Oh, good. All right.
With you.
Well,
With you,
yeah.
by the way. I
I know.
chose you. Yeah.
I know. Anyway, a couple little birds squeaking at me out here. Okay.
Oh, the birds are busy these days, aren't they?
Well,
They're
yes.
so loud and active. You can tell spring's coming.
Spring's coming. Yeah, I could feel it a little bit in the air yesterday. We had a little bit of a warming trend, and now it's cold and rainy.
It doesn't matter. We had a couple of days of moving towards spring, and it felt good.
Yeah, the inching. I would call it inching.
Yes, it's progress nonetheless.
So, so we talked about what you're doing. I just want to make an announcement if I could. I am having, I have 2 astrology classes that I'm running right now. It's a little beyond beginners. If you want to join, you have to kind of have an idea of the signs, the planets, the houses, and the aspects. And I mean, that may not mean something to some people, but people who study astrology know what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of a working knowledge. You don't have to be an expert in any way, but I do have 2 classes running, and one of them runs on Thursday evenings. Now that class is actually full. I have, I think 12 or 13 students in that class, but then I have one on Saturday from like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that I have openings in the Saturday class. And I actually like teaching on Saturdays because I've always actually liked working on Saturdays and teaching on Saturdays because it's relaxed. It's like you don't feel like you're under the gun. And
Well,
then you
it's
can
nice to have kind of one major thing on your calendar for Saturday and then have the rest of the day off too. I like to
rest of
work
the
on
day
Saturday.
off, and then like Sunday you get to do stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So those classes are starting. The Thursday class is starting on the 4th of March, and the Saturday class on the 6th. So that's this week actually. And if anybody's interested, you can email me or comment below, and I'll contact you with the information. It's a 6-week class, and it's only $120. It's very reasonable. Some people,
I'd like to attest to Vicky's classes. I've taken many and
yeah,
hosted many of her classes through the Metaphysical Network, which is something else I'll talk about another day because that's being resurrected in a virtual format. But
okay.
anyway,
I think,
Vicky's
I think
classes
we,
are, go
yeah,
ahead
we
and mention that before.
we've talked about the Metaphysical Network before. And then the other thing, which is what most people are waiting for me to do, is a Kabbalah class, an introduction to the Kabbalah, working with the Tree of Life. And I've actually decided that I'm going to start that on Monday evenings. And that's going to start March 22nd. So it'll be spring. So I think it'll be a good sort of way to just,
Would that be the vernal equinox?
no, the equinox is actually on the 20th. But
Not far from it.
not, yeah, so that would be Friday, I think. I don't want to do a class on Friday.
No.
That's when I kick up my heels on Friday,
Mm.
or I attempt it. This Friday I didn't do that. I was working, but what are you gonna do? So for those people who watch and are interested in the Kabbalah class, that's going to start on the 22nd. There is, if you go on my website, there is no thing that says Kabbalah class. So I have to get that done this week, so people have a place to actually look and pay for the class. It's another.
They can email you for information.
They
Right?
can email me. Yeah, it's going to be another, I think, 6-week class. I think we're going to do a 6-week class for that. So I'll keep everybody apprised and abreast of the situation.
Great.
All right. Now that all that, unless there's something else you want to mention, now that
Oh no, I'm done for now.
all right, me too. All right. So why don't you would you like to pick some cards, and then or do you
I
want me to
would
go first?
love to pick some cards. What do you think?
Okay, so as you do that, right, it's very interesting because today we have a full moon
Yes.
in the sign of Virgo,
Oh.
and of course the sun's in Pisces. So this is activating the healing axis, AXIS, in or access, ACCESS.
Yeah, both
I think
work.
I spelled that right. It works both ways work. So what kind of I guess, what do we need to be aware of at this time?
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
What would be helpful information for us to be aware of at this time? Whatever's going to come out is going to come out. So I have, I'm using the Ask Your Guides Oracle deck. Sonia Choquette. It's a great deck.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, she's
I read her book. Was it her book? Walking Home. Yeah,
I think that is hers. Yeah.
It's the book about walking the Camino. And I decided when I read it that I was going to do that. And then I got like tendonitis, and I
threw up a little resistance there, huh?
In my right foot. Well, I guess I still had stuff to, like, I was going to escape to Spain and do it, but I guess I had some stuff I had to deal with here. So
yeah. Well, you had some probably weren't vibrationally quite ready, so you had some other things to do first.
Yeah, I wasn't quite free enough to do it, but I wanted to be free.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, so I just picked 3 cards from. Ooh. All right. The first card is Invention from the Creativity Guides. So right now, if you've had plans to create something, to draw, to paint, to write a blog, to develop a new program, now is a good time. This Virgo time is all about getting organized and getting things done.
Right.
So now is a really good time. So you've got some things on the back burner, put them to the front burner and get to it. And it's all about creating, recreating the beauty of the divine in some sort of physical human format that can be touched, seen, felt, emotionally received, and all that sort of stuff. So this is about as much about soul work as it is about creativity. So it's creativity using your soul gifts and as well as your manifested human gifts. Time, yeah. Okay, some of you are going to really resonate with this. I'm feeling it strongly. The other thing is to think about spring coming and let that inspire you. Let the new growth that's coming inspire you. And also, I'm hearing time to take care of your bulbs. That's pretty clear. Carry your bulbs. Your bulbs are going to need you soon. They're going to need your attention. So drag them out of the cellar or wherever they are. If you do that, some people put them in the basement and let them stay cool all winter. But and dig out the debris. Take out your gardens. And this is metaphorical as well as physical. So it's time to dust off all your beautiful things and all your skills and all the gorgeousness of who you are, and make it real, make it happen, make it physical, make it be able to be radiate throughout the universe to all the people that come into contact with you.
Right.
All right, so this is an interesting card, self-control, and this is a higher self card. So this is it's not a restrictive sort of self-control. It's an expansive one. If you look at the aura, taking good care of yourself, like as in meditation, that's not the only way, but as in meditation, enhances your vibration. So self-control around taking care of your own vibration, cleaning up your own messes, taking responsibility for what's going on, paying attention to the details and the things all around you, and doing it from a rooted place, from a place of groundedness, but also with total awareness of the highest self as it guides you through these new or enhanced self-regulating. I would use self-regulating as opposed to self-control. Now, this doesn't mean run out and you have to be busy every minute and creating every minute or doing stuff. What it means is discern what's important and get a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more focused, a little bit more, bring it to the forefront. And that kind of resonates also with this card, in the invention card. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to have a procrastination streak in me a mile wide. And I have all my painting supplies that I was going to start painting soul paintings, and I did one, and that's it. And I've been looking at them saying, it's time to pull those out. It's time to pull those out and do some more soul painting. So that's an example for me. I need to paint or draw. It's not my gift. I'm not exceptionally inclined that way, but my soul needs more than words. In fact, I use too many words. So to get myself grounded, seated with materials to touch, and with idea and with the connection to my highest self, allow my highest self to speak through my body onto the canvas, onto the paper, whatever it is going to enlighten me and energize my vibration. So
But
that's,
if I could just say something, if you
please.
don't mind.
No.
Of course, the full moon is the balance, right? It's a balance point. What you're talking about with the drawing and the art is Pisces, and what you're talking about with the talking and the organizing and the mind stuff is very Virgo. So that very much aligns with what is going on energetically from an astrological perspective.
I just love it when we interact, Vicki, and the stuff that comes out of my mouth is like so astrological without the aspects, you know?
Right. You're a natural. You're
I
a
am.
natural.
I am. You know, truth is truth is truth, and it comes to us in many different ways, and that's just how
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
just the language you're using, but the
Yeah,
truth
yeah. We
remains
all
the
have a
same.
different tool or modality or language or set of skills, but when we're tuned in, we get the truth, and that's that. Now, this card is very interesting. First, now I'm going to focus more on the joy. It's joy guide card. So basically, it's called restriction and joy from the joy guides. So the joy guides are saying it's time to take a little bit of a look at how you restrict yourself from pure bliss, from joy, from happiness, from living life to the fullest, from finding fun in your life. I don't know about you, but fun is often way down on my priority list because I'm a Capricorn. I want to work, and work is my fun. I love my work, so
Me
work
too.
is fun.
Me too.
And but I'm restricted in a way because I don't get to belly laugh. I don't get to play in the puddles. I don't get to, jump in the ocean. I don't. I mean, there's so many things I don't allow
But you
myself
might want
to
to
do.
wait till it gets warmer for that.
I do want to wait till it gets warmer. Yes, that was just but or go out and slide around on the ice or play with the snow. I mean, I don't do that sort of thing very often. Play with my dog in the snow. I very little. I do occasionally, but I'm thinking he's out playing, and I'm going, okay, when I get in the house, I'm going to turn the computer on, and I think I'm going to work on such and such a document, and I got to make that phone call, and where I'm missing a moment that I could be rolling around in the snow with my dog. You know what I'm saying? So they're only asking us to look for to be open-minded, to let go of the restrictions, not just think about the things that you're always doing. Think about the things that maybe you've missed because your brain is too occupied with other things. Let the brain relax and loosen up and let go and have some fun, have some joy, build that into your life. Work can be fun, but work is work. It's still work. It's still
Right.
not free time. It's not expansively joyous. It's interesting and very compelling and very stimulating, and it gives me a lot of energy. But I'm missing out on other things because my mind is always focused on work. And I think that, or I want to say another thing. This is coming to me. There are people who are tuned into fun and joy and maybe have a few things built into their lives, but they're one of their restrictions that they're really worried about and concerned with what other people are doing, like what their children are doing, what their husband's doing, what their wife is doing. So their mind is very preoccupied and other focused on another. And because of that, they're taking in the responsibility of feeling like they need to take care of something or attend to someone or fix someone or help assist someone or whatever. So that other directed focus is another restriction that keeps us from having fun. So if you're really focused on other people, I would even go so far as to say possibly a little codependent, like it's your job to fix other people, or it's your job to make somebody else happy. It's your job to keep someone safe. Quit those jobs and have some fun. Loosen up, let go of that restriction. So that's it for now, unless you have something to say about any of this, Vicki.
No, I think that I think it's all in alignment really with the whole idea of the balance of the right and left brain, the balance of the intuitive mind, the balance of the logical mind. And a lot of people are very imbalanced. I've noticed there are people like I don't want this to at all be a political statement here, but as an example, I see that there are certain factions that are very delusional. And then there are other factions that are so fact-based that, and they're on opposite ends. And we have to come to a place in the middle if we really want to. We expect to move forward. We're going to have to be able to talk to one another. And if you guys have not you guys, but if people have you guys, where am I from? Where am I from? Jersey or something? It's like there's this
guy.
you're in your corners, but we have to find the middle. We
Mhm.
kind of have to find the middle here, and I think that a lot of what you said it's a balance between the imaginative, the creative, and then the practical. How do you practically, you know, uh,
Grounding stuff in and
grounding it, making it
actually
real?
making things happen while you're in a grounded thing, doing things to help yourself ground and doing activities from a grounded position.
I mean, a lot of times all we hear about is the problems, but there are so many solutions out there. There are
Infinite,
probably two solutions for every problem, at least, probably more. It's just a
infinite,
matter of,
infinite. When you're able to tune in, quiet your mind and tune in. If you trust, all the answers come when you trust and when you receive, when you're open. You can meditate or you can walk or you can do many color. There's a Fibonacci uh, adult coloring book that has all the spirals, and it relates mathematics to the earth, and they're all adult coloring books and beautiful
where did
shapes
you
and
see
stuff.
that?
I saw it on Facebook. I think I posted it on my Facebook page or my
I'll have
personal
to
page.
check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool, and I can see that as being a really, really beautiful thing, like bringing heaven and earth together in the spirals, in the Fibonacci spirals. I love that thought that everything that grows in a spiral of some sort. Everything, and we have them all over the place in our plants, in our thoughts, and the way it's just everywhere. I
Well,
love
that's kind
that.
of, we evolve in the spiral,
Yes, we do.
right? And so what happens is the circle gets a little smaller and rises up a little higher. And
Mhm.
every now and again, it's like I had one teacher who described it like a slinky, that it's this spiral, but sometimes it goes up and down too. Like it has this like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And you sometimes, because of that, so you have the spiral going like this, and then you have the up and down like this. And sometimes when you're in the up and down, you find yourself in the place where you thought you had you, you had
Already
evolved
done that.
fast, right?
Mhm.
um but we know that you're still in that evolution because you come out of it faster. And we've talked about that, you and I personally, about you know still like having
Revisiting old
revisiting old
patterns,
patterns, but of recognizing them as such, and then coming out of them, right?
and then releasing quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and saying, oh wow, yeah, well, now I know how to do that. All right. There's this self-judgment and critical, I mean, critical thinking is important, but
Well,
I don't
critical
know if it's,
thinking and self-criticism are two different things.
well, yeah, critical thinking is good when you have a problem and you're trying to figure it out, but being critical is not helpful at all. In
Drains
fact,
the vibe,
in
drains
fact,
the vibe.
I have heard, and I can't remember who I heard this from. It might have been the same teacher, uh, who the teacher I'm speaking of is John DeMartini, who's a fabulous teacher. He's been out there for years and years and years, but triple Sag, he's just amazing.
Ooh,
Um, what was the point now? I almost forgot. What were we talking about? I started getting into
talking about spirals, healing in spirals,
something else.
going past issues that we've been through
No,
before.
no, after that. All right, that's right. It'll come up. Maybe it'll come up in a reading. So I'm gonna pull some cards too. Let me just what do I want to do? Um, you know what? This is an oldie but a goodie. Hold on a second. I just have to grab it without like knocking everything over.
Okay.
This is the Voyager Tarot. Have you ever seen this one? This is an oldie.
Not
It's
sure. Once I start seeing the cards, I'll
Yeah,
probably
they're like
recognize
they're
them.
like collage pictures. There's like all these.
I think you did a reading with me on that once.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saved this one for my out there people. And,
I'm pretty
and
out there.
you do you're an out there kind of gal. Excuse me. All right, let me just, whoops. Had no place to put it. I put it on the floor. All right, these are enormous. So let me, it's gonna just take me a bit. And I'm only gonna pick maybe 3 cards. We'll see. We'll see. I don't wanna do 2. So let's see what the Voyager deck has to say for us. Yeah, I think this deck has been around, I wanna say since the 70s, but I could be wrong about that. And the picture on the back, as soon as I don't drop them on the floor here, this picture is actually a picture of the DNA molecule. If you look at it from,
Spiral.
there you go, the spiral.
We're made up of spiral. Everything's a spiral.
So I'll use this card as the first card we get. This is called, see, it's hard to read though. It's aspiration.
Oh,
Aspiration. It's the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands.
beautiful.
And we can see that the Washington Monument is there. Wow, that's interesting. We have the Washington Monument, the who's the lady in the who's the green lady in New York Bay there? What's the Statue of Liberty?
The green lady.
The green lady in the bay. Green lady in the bay. And then there looks like there's some ancient temple, and then there's a hand reaching up. So this is aspirations. And so this points to the fact that we need to aspire, the desire to aspire. And I think when we reach up like that, when we're reaching to the heavens, what we're really reaching for is our own connection to spirit.
Yes.
Because God really is.
We are spirit. We are what it is. We are what it is.
Right. We're just sort of we're reaching up to, in a way, remember who we really are. Mm-hmm. Who we really are. So that's the first card that came up. Let's see. Oops. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Calling that Trinity.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Powerful Trinity.
It's raining pretty hard out there.
You know, if people, speaking of the Trinity, if I work with people that are of all on all spiritual paths, and so I do work with some Christians, and I was raised Christian, and I adore so much about Christianity. I can't call myself a full-fledged Christian because I do take in a lot of information and use a lot of skills from many different religions. But you know what? I always say you cannot go wrong with Jesus, and you cannot go wrong with the Holy Family. You cannot go wrong. You know, they're beautiful teachings. They're beautiful souls. They're ascended masters that are still working with us. And from the heaven, there is no religion. From the upper dimensions, there's no religion. So we can make use of their assistance and their wisdom all the time. They're always there for us.
Well, to be a Christian, I believe, is to be Christed, right? Is to connect with the Christ consciousness, which is,
the Buddhists call it the Buddha consciousness, and the Hindus call it the Krishna consciousness. So it's all related. It's all related. In
the tree of life that is located in Tiphereth, which is the Sephiroth of beauty, and it's connected to the heart chakra. So of course, the heart is the place where earth and spirit come together. That's what makes us human, is our heart.
Right. These are the upper chakras, and from the heart down to the earth chakras.
Well, actually, from the solar, as I understand it, from the solar plexus down is the earth chakra. From the throat up is the soul, and then the heart is the coming together of that.
Okay, yeah, I would go along. It's not much different than what I said, but it's
no, but it's just, just as from the perspective of the tree of life. That's what I'm talking about. So the next card I picked was the 5 of Wands, which in this deck is oppression. It's called oppression. And we can see that there's a hand rising up, but there's a sense of feeling blocked. We have it looks like a woman here. This is interesting. It looks like she's wearing a burqa, but she's not. She's actually has ropes around her. Ropes around her head and ropes around her mouth.
That reminds me of the restriction card, because the restriction card has a similar vibe in that, see the head with the
Yeah.
chain and the lock around it. There's a similar vibe there.
Wow, that's interesting. Huh?
Mm.
And what was the first card you picked? This is weird.
Yeah, I know. It's too fabulous. I think the first card was invention, creativity.
Creativity. We have hands in that, aspirational stuff.
Yeah. Well, look at all the upward feeling you have here, and the assistance of the divine, and the connection. See, this is the connection right here between the earth and the divine. Art can be a connection between, or any creativity can be the connection between the earth and the divine. Okay, finish. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. And the last card jumped out of the deck.
Did it?
The Empress. The Empress, the three.
That's beautiful.
This is the goddess.
Oh my God.
I believe.
Lovely.
This might be Isis in this picture. We have a dove, we have a waterfall, we have a garden. Yeah, this is our connection to the earth. The interesting thing is the Empress in the Tree of Life and in Tarot is associated with Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. And Venus right now is in Pisces. And she's at her most evolved in Pisces because she's exalted in Pisces. And so we have that energy. And then the other thing is Uranus is in Taurus right now. It's been in Taurus since 2017. It's there for 7 years. And Taurus is a Venus ruled sign. And so Uranus awakens us. And Venus at Taurus is the earth. So we have an actual awakening of the earth.
Well, that's certainly happening right now.
Yes, and part of that awakening is connecting to the magic and the ability to transcend and the transcendent energy that's available to us through the plant kingdom.
Amen, 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 amen. Oh, yes, that feels so true.
So what these three cards say to me, aspire, but then feeling oppressed, and then the Empress as the last card. Any kind of connection, I think, to nature will help us to feel unheld back. Like when you're feeling held back, I think you need to go out into nature, or you need to connect to nature, and for some people that's working with plant medicines.
Yes.
But that of course you need to do with people who know what they're doing. It's like going to the,
that's one of the reasons that also cannabis and CBD are so popular right now.
That's right.
Well, I mean, not that THC has been, cannabis has been popular for millennia.
Well, it's legal. It's not.
It's accessible now.
It's much more accessible, and it helps a lot of people.
It does.
And a lot of people who would normally have to go by the way of the pharmaceutical industry are saying, well, I don't want to do that. I want to, and so that's changing too, and that's part of the wisdom of the earth. And so and it's working with plant medicine in inappropriate way is like going to a doctor, asking for a prescription, and he doesn't know what it's going to do for you, and he gives it to you anyway. Like, you don't want to do that. You always want to know, you always want to be prepared. Part of it is preparation, for the spiritual preparation that you have.
There's a lot of preparation when it comes, there's that,
yes.
Whether you're talking about combo or CT or ayahuasca.
Right. Damiana, is that the other thing? Damiana? Is Daimi. Okay. This is right. Daimi. It's close. Daimi. I had the right letter.
Yes, so close.
But
the explosion of people, the explosion of people healing with psychoactive plant medicines, they're overwhelming the jungles. they're overwhelming Latin America. I mean, it's just created this huge industry, and thus the plant medicines are, and its effect. I know that it spreads. So, all these plant medicine energies are floating and being transmitted through bazillions of people now. So it's really, the earth is really powerful. It's a powerful medicine, and we're all catching some of it, whether we ingest any of those or not. That's out in the ether now.
Right,
Those,
exactly.
yes.
Exactly. And the other thing is like the Green New Deal is the deal. And I don't mean what they're talking about in Washington is the Green New Deal, although that is definitely the future. But the Green New Deal is like a whole new deal. It's like we have a whole new relationship with the earth.
Yeah.
And then for those of us who don't necessarily want to go in those places, simply walking out in nature can connect you with nature. You don't have to take psychoactive.
No.
So you don't have to do medicine. I mean, it's medicine. So if you're sick, maybe you want to do the medicine. But if you're not sick and you're just wanting to be connected,
Raise the vibration, feel even
and
better.
you can do that by just having a love. If you live in an apartment, you can't get out, you're not anywhere near, have a plant. Talk to the plant. Make it a little sacred, put a little crystal in it, make it an altar,
I have an altar I have a plant room that's kind of an altar.
Get a little
I take pictures of them sometimes and put them up on Facebook. I love my plants.
Get a little laughing Buddha and put it in your jade plant and put it on your desk. And every day you look at it and you say, thank you for giving me clean air. Thank you for making me laugh. Be in gratitude, even if it's just a little bit of green, just a little bit of green.
Oh, I so agree. That's beautiful, Vicki.
Yeah. So I think that's what that's what I get anyway. So I think maybe we could wrap this up. Is that good? Do you feel sated?
I do.
You feel full of spirit? I do.
Feel full. My heart is glowing.
I'm glowing green. Going green and glowing green. I like that. We're gonna have to get some bumper stickers or something for that.
Sounds good.
Or some merch. Do you know what merch is?
Merchandise.
Yes, I have some merch. High tea with Denise and Reverend Denise and Dr. Vicki merch. No, I'm only kidding. With teacups, with little green things coming out of it.
Well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is advertising that we don't want to do, so. But it's a really great cup, so I love drinking coffee out of it. A tea, I mean tea.
Tea.
Well, whatever. Whatever. Liquid.
May we, the tea.
All right, honey. Well, this has really been a lovely tea. I've really enjoyed this.
So have I.
A perfect 8. Remember in the Olympics when they used to make them do the figures and they'd have to do the perfect 8 and then they'd go out with measuring tapes? Those poor things.
Yes.
Those poor things.
Yeah, well, it's an 8. You said it was an 8 energy today, right? Or something.
Well, today's the 8th. I don't know. Let me see. What is today's energy? Hold on. What's today? The
27th.
So that's a 9 and 2 and 5. That's a 7. 27 and 7 is 4. Today's actually a 7 vibration.
Oh, a 7.
It's a 34/7 vibration, which is a vibration of the mind. In the tarot, it's the 8 of Wands. So it's all this information coming in today. And I think we grabbed some of it.
I do.
We grabbed it and shared it.
Yes, we did. I'm very happy with what happened, what transpired. I want to thank all of my viewers and Vicki's viewers, because this goes on my page too. It's been so much fun, and I appreciate everybody. Thank you, and sending you lots of love and light and goodness.
Lots of love, lots of light. And remember, we're in this together, guys.
We are.
Just stay connected to your own heart and allow it to flow out from your heart, from the top down, inside out.
Spread those heart smiles.
Much love. Thank you.
Much love. Bye.
Okay.